favourite place more than anything above the Arctic Circle. It's so barren, it's so harsh, it's absolutely stunning. It really... And Greenland is the epitome of it.
Woohoo!
Only an hour and a half by plane from Iceland, and you reach the east coast of Greenland, the largest island and the most northerly country in the world. You touch down at Ammassalik, population 1,500.
To be honest, there's nothing there. It's like, but it's just beautiful. It's the size of Europe almost. You know, going from Norway down to the tip of Africa. You know, that's the length of it. And then, you know, almost the width of most of Europe. And there's only 55,000 people. When I went, 55,000 people live there.
And most people live in Nuuk, right? Nuuk is the capital.
Yeah, Nuuk is the capital. And the woman said, you see that? There was a tower block, the only tower block in Nuuk. And she said, have a look at that. She said, 1% of the population of Greenland live in that tower block. And that was like...
This is Nuuk. It's the northernmost and smallest capital in the world. See that tower block? 1% of the whole country lives in there.
Because it can get below 50 degrees Celsius in wintertime there, and Nuuk is one of the warmer areas.
Yeah, one of the warmer areas.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the sort of strangest thing about Greenland that you wouldn't know if you weren't sort of there trying to get from place to place?
Crazy thing is there's no roads between any of these cities, towns at all. You know, you have to, that's why it's expensive, because you have to get there via helicopter from town to town. Sled dogs rule the town. If you're in a car or a snowmobile, forget it. You got to get out of the way quick.
That's amazing.
So you get up in the morning, you've got to put tons of layers on. You come out like a Michelin man because it's, you know, minus 30 outside. And as soon as you get outside, you want to go pee because it's just like, oh, God, so you're back in, taking all your stuff off. It's all flat. So where do you go when you go loo? So I'm just going to loo. You have to then take all that freeze. If you go number twos on the ice, then you've got all your mates, all the cameraman and all the chucking snowballs at you. So you like that. When you've finished your poo, you've then got where else? Oh yeah, you got to get out like a plastic bag and not with your hands, scoop the poo up and put it in a bag and then zip it up and put it in your pocket. I mean, at first it's quite warm, so it's quite nice. But then environmentally, you have to take that back with you. It's mad. So anyway, you get up, you get on the dog sled.
The Inuit people have been using dog sleds like this for centuries, and it's still an important part of their culture.
The dogs are mental. They're like wild wolves. They're beautiful, but they're wild, and you can see it because there's no such thing as pets in Greenland. And I think that they don't let any other dog species into Greenland because they want to keep thoroughbred of the husky, which is the working dog. And these things are just and they're all like scarred up, and you're thinking, how are they scarred up? And then you find out later they're all eating, tucking into like raw seal meat.
They're nicking everybody's food.
So they've got all blood all over them, and they're like, and off. It's just like they're always up for a fight. And then if you go up and then you go down. No wonder they're all scarred up, isn't it? And then half an hour in, you're sitting on your little sled like that. You've got a group of like 8 dogs. They've just all had raw seal meat, and then suddenly for about half an hour, and you're like, "Whoa, man!" It's just such a crazy way of traveling. And listen to this. This is even insaner.
Wait, are you saying that the dogs are all farting and you can smell?
Their asses are in your face.
It's stronger than the poo you have in your back pocket.
Yeah, well, at least that's in a bag. This is just like free for all. And then just to add to the insanity of it all, there's a she dog that is ready to drop pups. And So, but they've got a huge bit of metal they've stuck into the ground and tied her to, because you're not allowed to come with a pack. But of course, all she wants to do is, so she's stuck on this huge pole, trying to get up. And 2 hours into the journey, we hear, and the mum's pulled this pole out, and it's still around her neck, and she's dragged this pole and has followed the pack. That's the nice bit, yeah. When she gets up, the dogs are going crazy, because what's happened is she's pregnant with pups, but they're born in the wrong month, because they have to be born in a certain month for them to train them up by step to step through the season. If you're born in the wrong month, then it's a harsh world. It really is, because it's just nature. So these poor things, the dogs know she's now dropping her litter, and the dogs are jumping in, savaging them up, eating them.
Wait, you were there while she was dropping her litter?
Yeah.
And the dogs were eating her litter?
Dogs were going crazy because they knew it was the wrong season. And
that didn't make the edit.
No, it wouldn't. It didn't even make the edit when the producer, Ange, thought she'd saved one. Oh, little puppy. And they're like, come on, give it here. And then gave it to the guy, and he just, with his Wellington boots, stamping on it in the snow. It is brutal. And she lost all her litter. About eight of them.
8 pups?
Because there's nothing they could have done. Yeah.
And you watched all that happen.
Yeah.
And yet in the show, it just looks like, oh, Ian's on a dog sled.
You.
Well, this is it.
You.
Wow. That journey was awesome. Really was.
And also the landscape's just off the scale. Remember just sitting on the side, on the shore, so many different colours, so much going on, the vastness of it.
Well, I could tell that it made an impact on you, because some of your incredible oil paintings are sort of these aerial views of those ice flows.
It conjures up that sort of coldness, the patterns.
In the cracks of the ice.
And you've just got this blanket. You can't even see the sea, because it's just a blanket of all interlocking, like little ice flows that are just moving like a breathing dragon on the thing. And then what comes out suddenly out of these things, not suddenly, you've got these incredible like icebergs that are shaped like medieval castles, just like as far as the eye can see. It's just, you've never seen anything like it. You've never heard anything like it. It's that old cliche that it's so quiet that it's noisy. You almost a constant hum, because there's nothing. When you're filming, you can hear the cogs of the camera move around. Never heard that before. You've got that.
Yeah, all of it. Greenland has been home to the Inuit since they crossed the Bering Strait from Alaska thousands of years ago. The Inuit, or Eskimo people, have an ancient culture. At first, nomadic, they have survived thousands of Arctic winters.
Delicious.
Yep, straight down, raw, seal liver. They just love it.
And also there's so much going, like with the Inuit, they were the people that invented the kayak and the harpoon.
The kayak is the ultimate Inuit creation, turning man into seaborne predator.
Are the Inuits the first people to invent kayaks? Or?
Inuit were the first people in the world that had the kayak. And Inuit people have always been using it in hunting seals and from fishing from there, hunting whales.
That scene where you're learning how to to maneuver a kayak.
Yeah,
That was
Eskimo
so
roll.
cool.
So how's it go? Hey?
I was out to try my hand at an Eskimo roll. Perfecting the roll manoeuvre is vital in the event of capsizing. Most Greenlanders have never learnt to swim. The sea is dangerously cold. 3 minutes in this water and the body begins to shut down.
Easy. Look, you're looking up there.
I've got to look up there, yeah?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, this is it. Just going under the water for a little while.
Yeah.
God, that is cold. Oh.
What a beautiful boat that is.
Yes.
But the thing is, no one can swim in Greenland.
That was so fascinating. I didn't know that. It makes so much sense.
Because where can you learn to? You can't learn to swim. They haven't got swimming schools, have they?
And what language do they speak there?
Well, they speak their own Inuit language and Danish.
Greenland is part of Denmark, but has limited self-rule, and 20% of the population are Danish. But the official language is Greenlandic, which is very similar to the Inuit dialect of North Canada and Alaska.
Do you remember any of the words that they were trying to teach you?
Not a sausage. I don't even remember half my English, so I'm never going to... And then I remember we was doing a piece of camera outside the prison in Nook, and then halfway through the piece of camera, the door opens and all the convicts come out. And they were all like, hey, hello, ooh, hello. And they like, yeah, because there's nothing to do. They just let them out for the day. They're like, yeah, make sure you're back by 6. Woo, yeah, we'll be there. There's nowhere to go, is there? You can't really escape or anything, and then they go back in. I mean,
yeah, no, you are at the mercy of the elements in Greenland.
Yes, -47 was the coldest, I think. I think the producer was interviewing someone and said, "Oh, can you just move your scarf down so we could see your mouth?" When they started chatting, and then nose started going black. And it's like, oh, I think your nose is going. He's like, oh no, it's happening again. It's happening.
Frostbite.
Again. Yeah, it's getting. He'd had frostbite before. One of the maddest places and the most extreme and isolated place that I've ever been to. It was a helicopter ride in the middle of nowhere to this geezer Stefan. He was Icelandic, and he's got a reindeer farm.
Stefan is an Icelander who settled here 10 years ago. He makes his living farming a herd of 2,000 wild reindeer.
I got him in the heart.
Yeah, blimey.
Reindeer, along with seal, is a staple food in Greenland. The herds are wild, and out here, Stefan has little else to eat.
That,
Yeah. Is this the stomach then?
yeah, this is the main stomach.
Oh, yeah.
And this is all just plant fibers that the animal has been devoured on the grazing. So you can see this is actually that.
Right.
Yeah. In the older days, when the people in this country, they didn't have any vegetables, this was a form of vitamin source from green.
Vitamin sauce?
Vitamin source, yes.
So they'd
From
eat
vegetables, like, yeah, vitamin C, and they would eat it, yeah. They would actually eat it.
this? Like
You
a
would-
side salad or something?
Yes. Yeah, like a side salad or something like that.
So it's good for vegetarians then?
Oh, yes.
Have you had some?
Oh, yes. I eat it all the time.
Is it nice?
Yes, you have a taste.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just go ahead, have a taste. Yeah, it tastes good. It's good for you. Full of vitamins. I'm just spoofing you.
Well, you don't... Funny guy, you're a funny guy, you should be on telly.
You're stuck there. There's no escape because the helicopter's not coming for 3 days. So you've just got to get on with it. it lands, and then he keeps quiet. Yeah, come here, we love you. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God. And then the first, you're getting to know each other. It's a little bit stiff. And I remember we had just had the meal and that, and he was like, right, guys, come on, talk, let's have fun. Let's tell stories. Stories when we were young and we used to, go next door and bugger our neighbors. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my God, I've got another 3 days with this, so we've got to tell stories about bugging your neighbor. And
He
was
didn't
like,
mean that literally.
no, well, he was looking at us, what's the problem? Hey, did you not bugger your neighbor? And we're like, oh God. It's like, and then we realized it was like, oh, bother your neighbor, like play tricks on your neighbors, bothering, not. And we were like, oh, we thought, it was like, oh, what did you think I said? Buggering? What do you think? Who do you think I am? And it was like, oh God. Yeah.
How did the rest of the 3 days go?
I got buggered.
So what's this?
This is reindeer steak.
Free range.
Free range,
Yeah.
organic.
No additives and that.
No additives or medicines or medicaments to keep them alive, they just graze on their own.
And then you graze on them.
Then I graze on them, yeah. I am the last predator. I'm the last predator in the chain.
Now, you met some amazing people on that shoot. You met the great nephew of Knud Rasmussen, Danish explorer from the 1920s who walked from Greenland to Alaska to investigate the various Inuit tribes, right? And then his grandnephew, who you met, followed in his great uncle's footsteps and did the same thing, hey?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Rasmussen led historic expeditions traveling to all the Inuit communities across Greenland, Canada and Alaska, sleeping in snow holes for months on end.
Whereabouts are we going to build this hole? Oh no?
Think we built here.
Yeah? What are we going to use?
You can choose a piece of tree over there.
Piece of tree?
I can choose my pot.
What, that specially handcrafted shovel?
The igloo is an Alaskan invention. Here the hunters sleep in ice holes, their only chance of survival from the cold, as the temperature drops to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Ono has spent many years of his life in the Arctic wilderness, following in the footsteps of his great uncle.
Those flash restaurants. And are there people that explore still now or go on long journeys?
Yes, I have made a trip 1992, the same route from Greenland to Alaska.
You followed Rasmussen's route. Why did you do the trip?
I visited the people and tried to make a contact with those people. Because we are the same people, we have same language, we're living the same way.
Yeah, thank God there's still some pristine places left on Earth, pristine-ish.
It's worth it for the evening. I mean, imagine the stars. The sky is like the pitch as dark that you could ever imagine, and it's just sprinkled with the most amazing array of stars. It's quiet. You've got the snow, so the moon is, rebounding off the snow. You've got these lovely little huts. Little red huts there. It's just stunning. And then, within, 5 minutes, there's suddenly, all over the place. Magic on Earth. And that's why I love it. I just love any of it. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't want to live there, though. Probably last a week.